Across the Mid-Ohio Valley participated in an engineering career day in Washington County today. Our Thomas Chase was at the event and has more.
Building Bridges to Careers and Appalachian Ohio Manufacturing Coalition hosted a Discover Engineering Day Thursday in Washington County. 40 high school students from around the region attended the event.
So today is our Discover Engineering Day. It's part of our Discover series. This is focusing on local businesses and engineers that exist in our area to help educate and expose students to engineering.
Caleb Brown, student intern with AOMC, said that multiple local companies attended the event. Brown added that some people may think engineering is just sitting at their computer all day, but it is much more than just that.
A lot of people, when they think of engineering, they just think of basically on a computer all day long, working on like a CAD, and there's a lot more to it than just computers. It's like a lot of engineers I talk to, they go out and see different locations in Marietta and obviously in Athens and places.
Fellow student intern Ethan Hartline said that there was a lot for attendees to take away from the event.
You don't have to leave this area to find jobs. There are plenty of jobs, and there's going to be a massive intake of employees within the next 15 years. I mean, over 120,000 or over 100,000 job opportunities within these manufacturers, the plants, these engineering firms, wherever it may be, just local job opportunities.
Leonard Weber said that it is both BB2C's and AOMC's mission to show students job opportunities with local employers.
We have to expose the students to what's available and bridge that gap between education and employment. And nothing makes us happier than to have the students see potential and realize opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have happened. And that's why we do what we do. And it can't happen without businesses and sponsorships and the support from our community. And our community always rises to the occasion.
BB2C is holding similar discovery days for marketing and entrepreneurship in the coming weeks. More information on those can be found on their website, bb2careers.org. In Marietta, I'm Thomas Chase with WTAP News. This is Home.
WTAP looks